When you think about a new tech platform, you probably picture a boardroom, right? Venture capital, big teams. But what if it wasn't like that at all? What if it was born from something deeply personal, even traumatic? Well, today we're diving into the story of the Al Issa Institute. It's a project built not on money, but on pure human resilience and an incredible sense of purpose.
And really, it all kicks off with this quote from the founder, Muzammil Katalia. "This is not software, it's a calling." I mean, that one sentence tells you everything you need to know, right? This isn't just about code, it's about a mission.
So I want you to just keep this question in the back of your mind as we go. What happens when a learning platform is built not on funding, but on purpose born from trauma? Because as you're about to see, it changes everything. How it's designed, how it's run, and what it's ultimately for.
All right, so let's get into our first section. We're going to trace this incredible journey from grief to governance.
Okay, so the story really begins back in 2024. It starts with this really profound personal trauma. The founder, Muzammil Katalia, went through something so intense, so severe, that he actually lost his ability to speak. I mean, completely.
And this is what makes the story just wow. This wasn't built in some flashy Silicon Valley office with a huge team. Nope. This entire platform was built line by single line of code by one man, alone, in a one-bedroom sanctuary in Hull. And he did all of this while on benefits, while he was still recovering from that trauma.
Which brings us to this powerful idea. He speaks again now, not just as a survivor, but as a founder. I mean, that just says it all, doesn't it? He got his voice back, but it wasn't the same. It was a voice with a whole new purpose. The platform became his new way of speaking, turning his personal survival into a foundation to help others. And you can really see that purpose in action when you look at the timeline for 2025. I mean, check out this speed. In just a matter of months, we're talking August to November, the whole thing goes from a formal launch to deploying its entire education structure, the app goes live, and its unique legal status gets locked in. Just boom, boom, boom. And all that incredible speed was focused on one core idea. Okay, so what did he build? Well, at the very heart of the Al Issa Institute is this really cool concept called the tree of AI educators. So the whole idea here is to think of education as a living, breathing thing, like a tree. And this tree is basically an ecosystem of 7 different AI educators. They're all interconnected, they're all designed with safety as the #1 priority, and each part of the tree plays its own unique role. And here's the team. It's actually pretty amazing. You've got Caden, who's the root, handling Islamic studies. Then there's Mr. Katalia, the branch for computing and AI. Ben is the bark, protecting the tree with British values. And then you have all the leaves, Eleanor, Warren, Aya, and Chloe, who cover everything else, from humanities and languages to art. It's like a whole faculty, but in AI form. And this is where it all comes back to the heart of the story. Remember Caden, the root of the tree? Well, that AI, the very foundation of the whole system, is named in loving memory of the founder's son. He passed away in 2024, the same year all of this started. So his son's legacy, it's literally the root of this entire institute.
So you see, that personal history isn't just a backstory. It's hardwired directly into the technology. The entire platform is built with what they call a safeguarding first approach. We're talking about things like the Affect Shield, which monitors for emotional distress, alarms for staff behavior, and an entire teaching method that's trauma-informed, especially for students who need extra support.
Right. And this intense focus on safety leads us straight to the most unique thing about the Institute, and that's its governance. It's basically structured as an unbreakable promise. So what does that mean? The Institute is founder-governed. And listen, that's not just some fancy title. It's a real legal and technical thing. It means that every decision, every bit of content, and every single safety protocol is controlled by one person and one person only, the founder, Muzammil Katalia. Let's just compare that for a second. In a normal company, right, a board or some executive could come in and change things. But here, the platform's logic is totally sealed. The focus isn't on operations or profits, it's on protecting the mission and ensuring emotional safety. And the control? It's not just with the founder. It's legally non-transferable. It cannot be handed over. So why does that matter so much? Because it means the promise of safety is truly unbreakable. It means no future partner, no new CEO, no amount of financial pressure can ever water down or mess with that core mission of safeguarding. It is completely locked in. So, with this completely unique foundation, that little institute that started in a one-bedroom flat in Hull, well, it's now making waves around the world.
First off, it's officially recognized as the very first founder-governed AI educator team in the whole UK. That's a huge deal. A genuine pioneer.
And if we zoom out, it's the fifth of its kind globally to put this kind of emotional inclusion governance at the center of education.
And this isn't just an idea on paper, you know? The Institute's reach has gone way beyond East Yorkshire. They're now actively supporting communities and even orphanages in places like Malawi and South Africa, helping to bridge that digital divide.
It all feeds into this bigger mission of unity. The whole point is to use this technology to build bridges, to support refugees and immigrants here in the UK, and to create real understanding between different faiths and communities.
And that really brings us to the final question to think about. You know, in an age of tech that feels so faceless and corporate, what's the real value of a platform that's built on a human legacy? One that isn't just built by a person, but is literally built from their life, their pain, and their promise. It's definitely something to ponder.